Welcome to Sidebar, where you vote on the internet's biggest buttholes. Am I the butthole for being honest with my nieces about the reality of my career success? I just turned 41. I am very successful in my career in a very male-oriented field with all the expectations and stigma that entails. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years. He's not interested in getting married. And at this point, that's fine. Everyone assumes this was my dream, and that I'm happy, but it couldn't be further from the truth. I know there are women who live for this and want to be where I am, and I applaud them for it. It's just not me. I wanted to be a wife and mother and have a just okay job or even just skills so that I could support me and my kids if something happened. I was overjoyed to get married when I was 24, and the happiest day of my life was the birth of my son. He died of cancer just after he turned 1, and my husband died a year later, leaving me a widow just before my 27th birthday. I've never been close to my family for reasons that have varied over the years. I have friends, but they got their own families and lives. I had nothing, except for my career. I threw myself into work and found the ability to rise. Having a woman on their team looked good for PR, and a woman that didn't have any pesky women things was their ideal. I finally started dating my boyfriend and we aren't using protection, but I am well aware that the clock is at midnight. He is close to his family, especially his sister. My boyfriend's sister, who is Sam of 5, has been really pushing for a mentor to her 2 daughters for years, and finally got her chance to push me into talking to them. I've never wanted it because I'm not proud or happy of where or who I am. So when I was finally pushed into speaking, I told them this. Yes, women can and should pursue whatever career they want, but my success isn't because I had a dream and worked hard. It's because my life was so empty and painful that I needed something else to think about. I didn't want to be the high-powered career woman. It's just what I had to do. Being a CEO, not my job title, means nothing to me. Their mother tried to steer the conversion by suggesting that I wouldn't give it all away now that I have it though. But I didn't let her, and clarified that I would give it all away to have a family of my own. Honestly, if it would bring me my late husband and a healthy version of my son back, I would quit my job tomorrow and forget the last 15 years. Now his entire family is mad at me for enforcing gender roles and making it seem like being a Sam, which every woman in his family besides me is the only way for a woman to be happy. I wasn't saying that. They asked for my experience and I gave it. Is the poster a butthole or not? Reddit says. Not the butthole. People shouldn't ask questions that they don't want honest answers to. Am I the butthole for telling my husband to just stop? My 29 of husband, third him is a serial whiner. He moans and whines daily and constantly. I'm a pretty positive person and I know I'm very patient, but that has a limit. We have a son, 18 months. Me and husband both work from home. Today he was bemoaning the fact that there was nothing for lunch in the house. But he didn't just moan. He started going on and on about how he was starving while I was trying to settle our son for his nap. I was trying my hardest to be patient. I even told him to wait for me to settle son, then I'd pop to the shop and grab something. But no. Despite the fact that I was clearly getting stressed because son was being difficult and was overtired, so was screaming and crying and didn't want to be touched but wanted to be touched. Instead of offering to settle son himself, he just continued to stand there whining about being hungry. Eventually I snapped. I lost my cool and yelled, "Will you just effing stop?" and left him with some while I stormed outside with a cig to have just 5 minutes alone. He came outside and told me I owed him an apology, which I admitted I do, but I also explained that I've told him several times now that his nonstop whining was affecting me mentally, especially when it's me who does the food shopping, cleaning, getting up and dealing with son all day every day. While trying to stay positive, work and not go full Hulk and smash everything in a 6-mile radius. I reminded him that I've told him so many times that his constant moaning is like a pickaxe to my mental health, and every day it's chipping away at it and I can't take it anymore. I'm at the point where I'm one whine away from a breakdown. Anyway, I later got a call from his mom, Nan, and sister, who told me I was out of order for yelling at him and then lecturing him after apologizing, as that negated the apology. It's made me doubt myself. Am I the butthole for telling him to just stop whining when I'm the one who deals with everything? Did OP act like a butthole? Here's what Reddit thinks. Not the butthole. It's such a sad situation that shops near you just don't allow men inside, isn't it? I assume that's the situation. Otherwise I can't imagine why he'd be incapable of getting his own damn food. Since you're doing it all alone anyway, why are you even living with him if he's draining you so much? As for tattling to his mom or whatever, I don't even. Who? Why? Adult? Fuck. I don't even know where to start. Would I be the butthole if I change my Wi-Fi password, making it impossible for a kid to attend her classes? I live in a not so well-off area. I am not well by any means, but I have a Wi-Fi connection. My Wi-Fi has a 4-device limit. It's the cheapest plan they have. My neighbors have a 12-year-old daughter who has to attend online classes. I know her well because she comes over fairly often to hang out with my daughter as they are friends. Her name is Shania. Shania's parents told her they cannot afford Wi-Fi, so she asked me if she can use mine. I agreed, and said the only condition was that she has to study hella hard and do her best. She agreed and has been using it for a while. Over the past 2 months, I have been finding it hard to use my Wi-Fi. The web portal for the Wi-Fi says 4 devices are constantly connected to it when all I'm using is my phone and my daughter is using her laptop. Sometimes, my daughter can't connect to her own classes and uses data. I asked Shania about it last week, and she said her parents forced her to tell them the password, and that they have been using it. I went and spoke to her parents about it, and said that it is only for her to be able to attend classes. They said they will stop using it, but over the week, 4 times my daughter's classes got interrupted because there were multiple devices trying to use it. Yesterday, Shania told me that our other neighbors also have the password and are also using it, that her parents gave it to them. I went and warned her parents again, said I will change the password, but they made false promises again and shut their door. I changed the password and gave Shania the new one, but her parents forced it out of her again. My daughter's education needs to take priority. Her classes are important. I can't let her education take a backseat, but if I change it again and not give Shania the password, her education will get affected. Would I be a butthole if I change the password and not tell Shania? Is the poster a butthole or not? Reddit says, not the butthole. How about letting Shania over during the day for class and manually putting in and erasing the password for her? If she doesn't know, then she can't tell. Am I the butthole for telling my stepbrother that he's the reason I'm a laughingstock among my friends? My stepbrother Alex 17, fake name, and I have never been extremely close. 18 here. My dad married Alex's mom when I was 14 and Alex had just turned 13. We're civil to each other and even joke around sometimes, but we both rather hang about with our own friend groups. Here's the thing, Alex has always been extremely flamboyant, like to the point where it was a surprise to no one when he came out, as he was such a walking gay stereotype. I have no issues with him or his boyfriend, but the way he acts and talks, and sometimes even the way he dresses, is really annoying. I can say it's not a phase, as he's been that way since I met him, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating. I even thought he was genderqueer or something for a while. He used to have pretty long hair, which he's ditched for the minute, and is not opposed to wearing crop tops. It's embarrassing. I actually cringe for him sometimes. He was mistaken for a girl so many times when he had long hair, and it never bothered him. Whereas I'd be kinda humiliated if someone thought I was a girl. So, the last time I had friends over, pre-COVID, they thought it was pretty amusing when we walked in on Alex dancing around the living room, in a crop top, with our little sister Jess. She's 6. They were blaring Lady Gaga, Beyonce or some crap, and my friends thought it was absolutely hilarious. They teased me about it for ages. They still bring it up now. I was very self-conscious about having friends over after that. A friend of mine recently had a fallout with his parents and has been essentially kicked out. My dad and his wife said that he can stay here if need be, as we have a sofa bed, but I was really hesitant. I know for a fact that my friend will take the absolute pee after staying here for a couple weeks, and he'll tell all of my other friends about my weird stepbrother. Alex asked me several times why I was so hesitant, and made out like I didn't want to help my friend. He seemed to be talking down to me like a child, so I snapped at him. I told him that he makes me a laughingstock amongst my friends. They humiliate me for having anything to do with him. He was a bit taken aback by me snapping at him and left the room. I later found out he'd been crying. My dad gave me an awful lecture about how I treat Alex, but I think I was just stressed out and the words just came out. I wish I hadn't said them, and I would take them back in a heartbeat if I could, but I can't. Plus, I think Alex was a bit overdramatic after the fact. Am I the butthole here? Is OP a butthole? Here is what Reddit thinks. You're the butthole. Your brother is doing nothing wrong. The choices you've described have literally nothing to do with you, and if your friends will give you a hard time over it, then they're just as big and butthole as you. Finally, here's our headline story of the day. Am I the butthole for telling my girlfriend she needs to stop making TikToks as they're so embarrassing? I'm currently deployed, and if you're unaware, TikTok has a ridiculous amount of military users. It's so freaking cringe. I swear TikTok is like 90% cringy edgy preteens and teens, military, and creepy old men talking to the preteens. Anyways, my girlfriend makes a lot of TikToks about how much she misses me and about army girlfriend stuff. She'll post stuff like #armic, She also has a rather large following, in the tens of thousands, and pretty much everyone in my unit and on base knows about this. And they non-stop give me crap about it. My commanding officer will roast me in front of everyone. I checked the followers list and almost all her followers were other servicemen, most of whom are probably on our base. All the comments on her posts are people I know roasting me. So here's some of the TikToks she's made. She's done the classic "I'm coming home" song, which plays over her hugging me when she meets me. There's millions of those on TikTok. She's posted TikToks about how she upgraded when she dated me, putting pictures of me and her ex together, how she went from dating a boy to a man. She made another one about how she went from thinking One Direction was her dream man, but then she met army men. She's made TikToks going off about how much she misses me and sends screenshots of our texts or video calls. I can't remember what else she's done. I know my girlfriend loves me and is doing this out of love, but it's got to stop. I talked to my girlfriend about it and she got really upset that I would tell her to stop. She says I'm not appreciative of her and I shouldn't tell her what to do. I told her I love her, but I'm getting so much crap for this and it's really making my life harder. She hasn't talked to me in a couple days after our conversation. I'm a bit worried I may have really peed her off. Is OP a butthole? Here is what Reddit thinks. NEA. She cares more about her image as an army GF than she does about her relationship. Now it's your time to vote on the buttholeness of the headline story. Is the poster a butthole? Let us hear your thoughts. Go to the pinned comment under this video. Please hit the thumbs up on the reply of YDA. You are the butthole if you think the OP could have been nicer. Or press thumbs up on the reply saying NTA. Not the butthole if you are on the same side as OP. Feel free to leave your opinion and reason why you voted for the option you did in the comments section. And join the discussion. For more buttholes, subscribe to Sidebar.